I would love to get in the Call of Duty League.
Talk to me.
Yeah, I just don't know
I'll help
how. We lost to an org that I'm not going to mention on here. We got him last time. We got him here at EWC.
We would have preferred to get a better result, but always better than Gen.G, right?
Yeah. Man.
There we go.
There's the trash talk.
That's exactly
You started it.
Hey, we
Thank
beat
you.
the Falcons. We conned the Falcons.
It's true.
We handle business for everybody else. But I would love to see the day where all scrims are streamed.
I don't. I mean, Scrims being streamed for me is a huge mistake.
Welcome everyone to Club Championship Clash, where once again we're gonna bring the big dogs from the esports scene to have a little bit of maybe a trash talking off, probably not, because so far everybody's really gotten along. To my disappointment, to be fair. This time around we're joined by Justin from Gen.G, and then we also have Maso from Gentle Mates. Welcome to the both of you. I'm gonna start off with COD, because both of you were competing, both teams got that match point, yet we're sitting here. So who wants to go first? What happened?
I mean, I can start. We have a really good team. Proud of the guys throughout the year. It was a pretty rough day for us. Honestly, our worst start ever. I think through 7 maps we had 30 points, which is pretty insane because the last map we just played we had more than 30. So it was a rough start, but I'm proud of the guys for not losing their mentals and bouncing back. I mean, we were way behind and we ended up climbing up a little bit. I think we ended in 12th. So just proud of the guys overall for not falling apart completely, because a lot of people would.
Yeah, keeping that mental resilience.
Yeah, it's hard.
Especially like considering how loud some people were.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
These
they
Yes,
guys.
they were.
We were sitting right next to them.
Thanks to them.
Maybe that's why we played bad.
I mean, let's see, I think for us, it was the opposite. We actually started really well. We were, I think, almost leading until a 10th game where we got the match point, and then, yeah, I think probably pressure came to the guys, and they just couldn't finish. I think the way we played for the match point has been a little bit disappointing regarding what we've showed before.
Okay.
But we're still top 5. We're still grabbing some points. So hopefully, I mean, obviously we would have wanted to win. We would have preferred to get a better result, but always better than Gen.G, right?
Yeah. Man.
There we go.
There's the trash talk.
That's exactly
You started it.
Hey, we
Thank
beat
you.
the Falcons. We conned the Falcons.
It's true.
We handled business for everybody else. Everybody said they were going to win.
Yeah.
We landed on them, first team to ever land on them, and they got last place.
Yeah, I mean, Falcons, Vitality, and VP, which I think are top contenders
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
EWC.
There's a lot
got
of
like
mixed results in there.
Navi
Yeah.
too. I don't know if they were in COD.
I don't think Navi played
Navi,
Warzone,
not this
but
year. They have in
but
the
yeah.
past, but
Yes,
not this year.
not anymore.
And Liquid on 0 points, by the way.
Yeah, that's weird.
Are they? Wow.
I know.
How
That-
come?
Yeah, they had
How
two,
come? I mean, they still have some good games to play. I
There's
think.
still chess for them.
They're chess.
Yes.
right?
Well, which
Yeah.
they will win, right?
They
Oh,
should, yeah.
okay.
I mean, I think I looked at some odds and it had them at like 60% chance, which I honestly have them way higher. But
I would say 90,
60
but
still pretty
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Not bad at all. But do you look at odds when it comes to selecting which teams, which games, where to compete?
Yeah, I mean, more so after the fact because you don't really see the odds until you get later on. But we do use some of the experts' projections on these things when we're trying to work with our finance teams and say, hey, this is what our actual odds are, and this is what I think our odds are.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is it similar for you guys when you try to build a roster, especially when it comes to competing at EWC for the titles? Is that a strategy at all for Gentlemen?
It's not really a strategy in the sense that compared to other teams, we do not necessarily put EWC in our budget as like the big thing because it's also a huge risk. If you invest a lot of money expecting a revenue, then if you don't get it, that's pure loss. So it's not good. But I also understand why some teams would do it, and I think the smartest way to do it is probably to do like odds and the percentage of chances to get this place, which you have in front of the revenue. But we just try to build the best roster as possible, and we aim to win as much titles as possible in all of those rosters. So for example, if we take the games we have, Valorant, Call of Duty Warzone, Call of Duty, Black Ops 7, and Rocket League, we just aim for every title within the year, and obviously EWC is part of it. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, I think y'all do good. I mean, I love your Rocket League team. They're pretty nice.
Thank you.
They should have a good event. And
Hopefully,
then
yeah.
Valorant's always been pretty good historically. So Y'all do a good job.
Yeah.
I want y'all in
Something.
more titles.
I mean, hopefully we come to League of Legends at some point.
Yeah.
So we can compete and, you know,
That'd
beat
be
KC.
fun. We need those fans.
I'm gonna stop with that one, KC.
Yeah.
This was gonna be a discussion a little bit later on, but you already bring it up, so we have to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because last time Arthur was here for KC, he said that if it was KC against Gentle Mates, they had to win because if Gentle Mates won, they would burn down the building. Would you like to agree or disagree with that statement?
Who would burn the building? KC?
No, Gentle Mates.
Oh, yeah? I thought it was KC fans, but not sure.
So
No.
you're saying they would?
I mean, I think, you know, we have a nice rivalry with KC, obviously. They started first the business, and I think they were one of the first, like, what we used to call influencer club, but I don't think it's just influencer. I think it's a very community-driven club.
On the flip side, though, Gen.G, you guys have been established for quite a while and very competitive in the big titles, especially when we're looking at your League of Legends roster. Maybe not this EWC, but, you know.
Yeah. Well, we got third, so
Okay.
not too bad. That was our, I guess, best result this year. Preseason tournament, we got third as well. We lost to G2 though, so that one hurt. That we shouldn't have lost to them, but they're a good team. So, I mean, things are on the rise. Hopefully, we've been saving worlds for the U.S. So we lost worlds. We got third place, or third or fourth the last few years, and you know the joke inside is that we're saving it for Barclays.
Respect. Shareholder value.
Luckily, I live close to New York, so it'll be an easy trip for me.
You gotta do what you gotta do. But I wanna bring it more from the point and like the perspective of it feels like when we're looking at you, I don't wanna say content or because I feel like you've evolved way more beyond that, especially with the wins that you're getting in different titles and how competitive you've been and your Valorant roster and your COD roster and your Rocket League roster too. But for you guys, I feel like when we're looking at Gen.G, it's one of those legacy names that focus a lot more on competition and a lot more on winning those trophies rather than content based. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think it's pretty strategic. It's like there's certain titles that we are more competitive based. I think League, our players are more competitive based, but we market like the crap out of them. And we do, I mean, we have a good relationship with Riot, and we want to make sure that, you know, we're promoting the game and the players as much as we can. So we do a good job, I would say, promoting them. We don't necessarily have any like crazy big creators like these guys or like Optic, 100 Thieves, for instance. But I think we are moving a little bit that route. For instance, this Call of Duty team, we signed Aiden, who's one of the most popular streamers from the Fortnite days. He won EWC last year in Warzone. Yeah, like I think it is a good model, especially in some of the more niche titles, just to build your fan base. So I do like it, and I think we are moving a little bit towards that route.
Would you say then when you're, because now that we're in Paris and we're seeing the likes of Gentle Mates and the likes of KC, who are these organizations that have built themselves based off of the success of their content creators, and you see their fan base, it's crazy, by the way,
It is.
in the most
Yeah.
incredible way. Is that maybe like proof in the pudding that you're looking to replicate some of those things?
Yeah, I think it's fun. Like, I mean, I watch the Call of Duty League a lot. Like,
You saw the major
seeing
four
their
then, right?
fans out
Yeah.
in Paris was freaking nuts. Like,
It
those
was.
guys are
Even for
crazy.
us, it was crazy.
That was
you know?
really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, the video went super viral. They're all out there waving their flags. I just think it's really fun, and I would love to borrow some of these fans for League of Legends maybe later this year. Maybe we can have a little conversation after
Of
this.
course, let's talk. Let's talk.
We need the energy.
So then for you guys, because you say you're blown away by some of the support that you've seen
Yeah.
and the way that the fans have shown up, is there anything that you're looking at from the Gen.G side of things where you think we want some of that as well?
Obviously, I think your DNA has been for many years, you know, especially in like titles like League of Legends, but also Valorant. Even though this year has been a more challenging year, but Valorant is just so crazy, man. It's going
Yeah.
everywhere.
It's pretty up
So
and down right now.
I mean, I remember on the day I think you won MSI and Masters on the same day, right? And I was like, oh man, you know,
Yeah.
I wish we could do
That
the
was
same.
cool.
And yeah, for me, I think the DNA you've given to your team and your structure overall is something like I really admire personally, and I think this is something we have been also trying, like not to copy because I think we just do it our own way. But for Gentle Mates, it's been really important to also not just be that content creator team. You know, we want to be a performance team. We want to be a team that is not just known because we do great video and we have great faces. Obviously, it's part of us, but we want to win titles. We want to be very present in the international tournaments. And I think this is what I would love to, have more and more. That is part of you guys.
Thanks. And I think like winning does turn into eventually, like some of these players, by winning, they turn into creators down the road.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think this is something we've done pretty well. Like for example, we had Itachi on Rocket League. He was a player. He won some very nice title, including one with us, and then he became a content creator afterwards.
Yeah.
And that was just a very nice retreat for him to be this, and is just right now very huge. He's becoming bigger and bigger. So that's a cool way of changing from player to content creator.
Yeah, and I think one thing like we're trying to move towards is how do we build these guys a career after gaming? So not just like becoming a creator, but how can we get these guys, still caring about the org, maybe even working with us,
Being
whether
staff
it's in like
or
management,
coaches or management.
and
This is
still
something we do
streaming,
as
doing
well.
lots of
It's
things
really
like
cool,
that.
and it's really important for esports to grow as well because they don't have many examples right now. They don't have many people they can look at and be like, oh, I wish I could be this guy. So I think having those examples from players to staff or coaches or stuff is really, really important.
Do we think that we've kind of gotten to a point in the esports industry where it has become intertwined very heavily with content? Because I remember when I started 4 years ago, it was esports content creator. And the boom over the last 3 to 4 years has been very much where it becomes so intertwined, where I feel like a lot of the organizations that historically have been focusing on competing, like yourselves, are now like, oh, we actually really do like this content creator angle. It brings in viewership, and obviously with viewership, everybody wins. But then we're looking at the organization that stemmed out of content creators. They're now taking it so seriously. They're winning titles. They're competing internationally. They're giving some of you guys run for their money as well.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with when you have the creators, it helps obviously bring in sponsors. But one thing I'm noticing recently with sponsors is they want to do in-person activations. So that's one thing we're working with our creators to get them a little bit out of their comfort zone maybe. Some of them love it, but we want to get them outside, going to these events. And, long term, you get more sponsorships that can give you more budget to compete.
Yeah, I think there is a mix of competition and content creation that is becoming kind of more and more the norm. And I think it's cool, because at the end of the day, you need the faces for the game to be like more interesting. And if you can have more streamers and more, it can be all players and just streamers sometimes that make it more interesting, more fun, then it's just making everyone more happy. For the people that come on site, they want to see the performance, really nice. For the people that can't, then they just watch the stream and have fun. And I think many orgs are leaning towards this system, like just a mix of content creation and performance, which is probably esports in the future, right?
Yeah, I always say this, but I would love to see the day where all scrims are streamed. Like,
I
love
don't.
it.
I don't.
You don't?
Scrims being streamed for me is a huge mistake. It's like
Yeah, I think it
for
depends
me,
on the title.
it's like this the highest point of unprofessionalism. It's
Yeah.
like
Okay.
if you get scrims on a stream, then everyone can just watch you and everyone can just know what you do. And
Yeah.
it's like those football guys that try to not have camera people coming when they train before a big match in the World Cup, for example. For me, it's the same. If you get scrims on the stream, then everyone can just read you and know your comms and stuff. And many teams and many games in NA especially do it, and I'm just like, I don't like it,
Yeah, they do. Call of Duty is, I think, pretty big on it.
Even Warzone do it, actually.
Yeah, Warzone, those guys stream probably more than any other esport.
Yes.
Like, they're live 24/7, tournaments, 2 tournaments a day even sometimes. Like, it's pretty wild.
It's cool for the fans, but I don't think it's for the best of the performance.
Yeah.
That's actually a fascinating take, considering that Gentle Mates,
Yeah.
where it came from. So
Yes.
I was
really-
hoping you were going to be on my side.
Yeah,
on this.
Yeah,
that-
no, for scrims, I'm not.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Are there
I'm
any games that you think, like for Valorant, I totally agree. Like,
Yeah,
it's- you
there would be
can't-
no
you're
way.
giving away your strats. Like,
Yeah.
you don't want people knowing where you're smoking, like all types of things. But a game like Rocket League, I feel like you might not give away as much.
Rocket League would probably be easier without comms, maybe, but Rocket League is I think you got to be very kind of, it's an adaptive game, right? So you got to just adapt to the situation and what's happening. So you might kind of leak your kickoff strats, for example,
Yeah.
but you wouldn't be able to, like, if there is no comms, it's fine, I think. Rocket League would be
Yeah.
fine.
I think League would be horrible because you'd league draft.
League is
Yeah,
impossible.
Like, you
yeah,
cannot-
League is
Literally
one of the ones-
impossible.
League
League is
and
like
Valorant,
Valorant.
we'll leave
yeah,
out.
yeah.
But it's actually
The ones we're trying to win.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, when you're looking at Los Ratones, they were streaming their
Yeah,
scrims and
it's
they
true. Which
is
still
awesome.
did well.
Yes.
So it's like, you know,
It's true. Maybe it's just in
The exception
people's
proving the
heads.
rule? Maybe.
Maybe. We will never know, I guess,
I guess
because
we'll
I don't
never
think any other league team will ever like
Yeah.
stream their
Probably
stream
not.
their scrims.
The fans love it though.
they
yeah,
do.
yeah. It's cool. Or maybe you can just do it once every, I don't know, once a week or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Can't be a
preseason,
habit.
maybe. But-
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah, leak the tryouts.
Yeah.
Scrim the tryouts. Why
So
not?
there's a new patch. We're gonna throw in random champions that we'll never
Yeah.
use in an actual game. We'll stream it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or for some specific tournament, sometimes maybe we do it. I don't know. It's a
Okay,
whole...
we can theory craft that
Yes,
a little bit.
yes,
we
we
gotta
should.
figure that out at some point.
Let's
but
bring a whiteboard.
Yeah.
maybe not right now. But I want to go back to your points because you mentioned in-person activations, and we're in Paris now, which is incredible for you guys because you're on
Yeah.
home soil. For you, a little bit different. You're having to fly in your fans, which, to be fair, you had to do either way, even if it was Riyadh or not, regardless of that home base. So how has that move been for you?
I mean, I think Paris has been a little bit easier for our fans. I think both cities are amazing. Like, I love Riyadh. I mean, they treat you like a king or a queen when you're out there. Like, it's pretty amazing. The hotels are beautiful. Like, everything's awesome out there. But Paris is just like a different vibe. It's like you see these fans coming out, and I mean, they're pretty rowdy.
Yeah.
There's just support everywhere. So I'm enjoying it, and I really did enjoy Riyadh. So I'm happy either way.
Good to know. For you guys, probably different, right?
I mean, I love Riyadh as well, and I think the fan base of like Saudi people is just becoming bigger and bigger. It's a country that like invests a lot in esports, and I honestly like to see it. But of course, for us being a French org based in Paris, to be able to have one more tournament in Paris is just insanely cool. I mean, we've had that Major 4 on Call of Duty that we organized a month ago. It was probably the craziest event I've ever seen in esports, and just being able to replicate a month after during 7 weeks, having all of those possibilities. We have that Gentle Mates booth. We had an activation on Champs-Élysées today. I think, we're just very lucky to have EWC in Paris, and for the fans, I think it's also insane. It's a very good opportunity to just connect all together.
Seeing the fans as well, in my opinion, is a direct highlight of how successful Gentle Mates is. I mean, you're talking about the COD Major that you'd organized, which was incredible. We're seeing the fans now in person for multiple different titles. What do you think is the reason behind that success?
Obviously, I think at first the creators made it very easy for a lot of their fans to come and be like interested. I mean, you probably know it, but two of our co-founders are previous Call of Duty players, right? And one of them is actually one of the biggest, if not the biggest, gaming streamer in France. So obviously, when it comes to gaming and esports, a lot of his fans would just want to come and see. Then we have a third one, which is probably one of the most influential guy on the internet in France, if not in Europe. And same, he started his career with video games. So a lot of people are genuinely interested in understanding what's Gentle Mates. And then we've just, I think, created a good thing through our content, our teams, the way we've been doing socials, the way we've been producing videos, documentaries. I think people just got to like the story of Gentle Mates. I think we have very good faces that defend the project on a daily basis. It helps. And then we've been doing quality stuff, like from our merch to like winning crazy titles within 3 years. I think it's been good. So obviously it's just a start. It's not like we're the best org in the world yet. But I think it's a very good start, and I think we will aim to keep it up. And I think that's the reason fans are just coming. We have ambition, and we're showing it.
Would you say ambition is also one of the factors of success for Gen.G?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of credit to the fans. Like, we just had our homestand. Unfortunately, we lost to an org that I'm not going to mention on here.
You can talk about it. It's all right.
But
How does that make you
incredible-
feel?
No competitors
very,
mentioned.
very bad. It wasn't the best game, but we got them last time. We got them here at EWC, and it got us some extra points. But yeah, it was a great event. It's always nice to get the fans out there. They're always showing love, win or lose, which is the best part about them. We had our Valorant players come out. It's the homestand, and we have some like unique merch that we give out. We're actually doing this trading card line that's really cool.
You guys are doing it as well.
Yeah.
We just launched it as well.
Yeah,
few
yeah, I
Oh,
weeks
you
saw
ago.
that.
stole it.
Yeah, I mean, no, we didn't. We've been working on it for a year. Come on.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. I think the fans really appreciate it, and there's like a fun little hunt for like the one of ones, one of tens. Like it's fun.
Is there a reason why you guys felt the need to move more into like the physical by doing these cards? Because I'm noticing as well a lot on social media and like a lot of trends are like to get off your phone, to get away from your computer. Is that something that fed into this card game, or are there other factors that made you feel like I had to do this for my fans?
I think on our end, it wasn't a main purpose. It wasn't just to get off the phone. I think it's mainly related to the fact that we have so many like references, like kind of moments of Genomates that are either sad or fun or very positive. And I think it's just for us a way to kind of retranscript. Is that correct? Like just move those moments somewhere else than, oh, it happened on a stream or it happened on a competition. You know, it's like we put those moments on the card, we put those people on the card, we put those places on the card. So either being, I don't know, the Mate Major, we did a card for it. For example, last year, you know, we had so many unfortunate games on Valorant where we hit the 12th round and then
Oh,
we
that was
can't
so
win.
bad.
So those kind of moments, positive or negative, it's just we make it a card and then we make it unforgettable for everyone.
Yeah, the 12 round curse is pretty unforgettable. That was iconic.
Yeah, I wish I could forget it, but not yet. Too soon.
It do be like that sometimes. But for you guys and over at Gen.G, what was
Yeah,
the
for
main
us,
driver?
it's just a way to give back to the fans, to the community, just show appreciation, to give them a chance to get a really cool collectible. And I mean, myself, I'm actually like a pretty big card collector. Arnold, our CEO, is also a massive card collector. We're always shooting each other some stuff randomly. He's really big into Riftbound lately.
Of course, yeah.
He's got some cool stuff, but yeah, I mean, ours is pretty similar. Like we have the moments that we capture, and then we have like super like anime, like cartoony Korean culture cards, like backgrounds with our most popular players. Obviously, those are like the ones that everybody's out to get. And yeah, we just wanted to make a fun community thing that fans can reach out for.
Has it been also fun community-wise for you here at EWC? Because I've been to the Gen.G booth and I saw there were a lot of different cute little things that you could do and just spend time and hang out. Has that been like a big connecting point for the community as well?
Yeah, I mean, part of it's like the Korean culture. It's very different from like EU, NA. It's, you know, they're very into like the bubbly stuff, like Teemo in League of Legends. I mean, I'm a big Teemo player. But
Unlucky.
Why?
I just like
Like,
to
yeah,
troll.
I want to talk about that. Why'd you play Teemo?
All right, so I don't get to play that often. I'm not at the point in my life where I can like sweat out a game. So I'm playing the characters that I'm gonna have the most fun with. I want to go invisible. I want to hit you with some mushrooms.
You liking to ruin people's days is pretty horrible, but besides League then, are there any other games that you're very much into that you love to compete in?
Yeah, I would say like, so I manage, I think 11 games, and I try to be competent in every single one of them. Like this year we picked up a Mobile Legends team,
Yeah.
and I have some previous experience with like HOK, Pokemon Unite. And I mean, I think I got hit the top rank in like 3 weeks. So I do try to like learn the game. That way I'm not just a guy that's negotiating contracts, helping manage a team that knows nothing about anything. But I would say the games that I play most, I played Halo pretty heavily back in the day. NBA 2K, I used to play religiously, all the sports games, and then Call of Duty, League of Legends, Valorant. I'm all over the place.
You gotta have fun, right?
Yeah,
That's what you do as a gamer.
I don't get to play that much anymore, like, but if I do, I'm having fun.
I heard someone, when I just started esports, someone told me you either play games or you work in video games. And
Yeah.
I thought,
It's true.
nah, they're talking
I
mad
mean-
shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of true. I mean, you can't really focus on a game if you work in video games, but you play.
Yeah.
You're just bad at it because you don't have the time to try hard, you know?
So you don't play any games?
I play games.
What'd you play?
I play pretty much, I mean, I've been playing pretty much everything. I think same as you. I've started with Call of Duty, FIFA back in the days, EAFC, right? Then League of Legends, then took too much of my life, so I stopped League of Legends.
Did you play Timo?
No, no, no. I was more playing like Silas, Ari.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're like actually seriously.
Yeah,
What-
I was
Did you grind ranked?
not that much. I was plat at best, I think.
It's not bad. It's above
It's
average.
not good either.
Yeah, that's where I was. I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
and then I played, Valorant, Counter
But I was
Strike, Rocket
trolling. I was
League.
playing Timo.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I
imagine
mean-
if you tried harder.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna.
Wasted potential. Could have been on the team.
Yeah. Maybe. Probably not.
So yeah, been playing everything pretty much, and right now I think my probably best game right now is just Valorant because it's fun. So
Yeah.
it's easy to play with with colleagues, with friends. Just you launch one ranked, you lose some RR, and then you go back and work.
I do love Valorant. I wish more people played the controller, like the console version. Like I played that
It's
for a while and I
awful.
loved
It's so
it.
hard to play.
It is so hard to play, but I wish I could play controller on PC. I just have no chance. Like I'm just gonna be
no,
hard
but
stuff.
yeah, you would be. I mean, it would be no fun, right? Control
Yeah.
on PC, Valorant, even in like I don't know, Iron games, people have aim, you know.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's crazy.
It's hard. Yeah.
So much harder on
Yeah.
controller.
Rocket League is fun, but really hard as well.
Yeah,
So hard to play.
yeah.
So,
I'm
yeah.
learning that with my one of my sons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's cute. Little
we
bonding
both stink,
time.
but he's great. I mean, he's getting better.
Are you you're starting them young?
Yeah, definitely. He's
So-
6. He started playing a little bit, like super casual. Like me and him play, and I'm just as bad as him. I shouldn't say bad as him. I
So
probably
he's
sound
beating
bad.
you already. That's what you're saying.
I mean, he's getting there. He will be soon. Like he's actually picked up Fortnite randomly.
Oh,
Wow.
And
We have a world champion incoming.
Yeah,
We might.
maybe. I gotta slow him down on that because some of that community can be a little toxic.
Yeah, it's just gaming, right? What are you
Yeah.
gonna do about it?
Seriously.
It comes with the territory,
Definitely.
Yes.
But he has fun, and I have fun playing with him. So
and that's what matters at the end of the day. But I would love to talk about actually more titles as well here at EWC because you've both had teams already compete. You both still have some teams coming in. So going into EWC this year, I will start this with you because you were also competing quite heavily last year. What was the goal for the club championship? Was there any goal to begin with, actually?
yeah, I think we go in pretty conservatively, kind of like you said. Like we don't have the budget to necessarily go out there and try to compete with like Vitality, Falcons. Like they're going all in. We're trying to find like strategic titles that we see other avenues of revenue. The goal is that we can, every title we enter, we can break even like without EWC, and that also we can build a fan base. So we are pretty strategic in it. We didn't have like the most teams. I would say we were in like the 15 range for like the amount of teams that we have. I feel like our quality this year was really good, although we may have missed a little bit on like preparation leading into EWC because we had some really good teams that underperformed, which is upsetting, but like they had their worst tournaments of the year. But that's part of esports, and it just happened to be we got unlucky on each one at the wrong time. But yeah, we do set it up to where we see an esport being a positive no matter what the result. So yeah, we expanded a little bit, but we like tightened as well.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And for you guys this year, was there any strategy for the club championship, or was it similar?
Yeah, I don't think it was strategy specifically. I think, as I mentioned before, you know, we just went in with our strength, which was like the 4 rosters we have in Call of Duty, Warzone, Rocket League, and Valorant. And so far, so good. We ended up top 8 in Valorant, 5-8, and 5th in Warzone. So we got points on 2 of the games. 2 remaining. Hopefully, we can get more points and just get some of the club championship, rank.
Is there any titles either one of you wants to expand in moving forward?
I would love to get in the Call of Duty League. I just don't
Come
know
in.
how.
Talk to me.
Yeah, I just
there
don't
you
know
go.
I'll help
how.
you.
Like, it's a little expensive.
It is. Yeah, you just need a little bit of money, but
Yeah,
Win the club championship and then you can get a slot.
absolutely.
yeah, that'd be cool.
Big
Yeah.
one.
They would let me if we won the club championship. I will say that. My finance team would be happy.
For us, obviously there are some titles we're looking at and we will look at, but I think as well as you said, we can't just base entering a title on EWC. I mean, at least this is not our strategy right now. We want to make sure that when we enter a title, it makes sense for many other reasons. Being, I don't know, for example, expanding to a new country. So we will expand the fan base, potential revenues, sponsor streams, or it can be competitive reasons. Maybe this region is better, so we want to win if we get there. But yeah, we will probably be expanding. I don't know yet which games, but let's see. The future will tell
Plans
us.
for the future.
Yes.
It sounds to me then you both have the same philosophy of instead of casting a wide net and competing in as many games as possible, you select the rosters that you have the highest chance with in the long term. Would you
Yeah.
say that's
Yeah.
Without
both agree?
overspending. I'll
Without
say
over-
that.
Yeah,
without
that's a
overspending.
very important
I'm not
point.
breaking my arm to sign the best team in the world.
Yeah,
You know.
and you can see like some of the effect that like EWC has made. Sometimes it's like it enters games and everyone goes very crazy about it and offers crazy amount. And I mean, if you can do it very well, but as a company, you gotta also respect some of the basic rules, and which is try to be sustainable as much as you can. In esports, there are many, so yeah, it's also something personally in Gentle Mates we want to respect because we want a company to be there in 10 years, in 20 years, and just continue to grow. So sometimes you have to make hard choices to not go, but it is what it is. I guess the time will also regulate those things.
Basic rules of business, which is to stay sustainable. But
100%.
you have had a career before esports as well, which was finance related adjacent. Has that helped you coming into here? Like what was the path even?
I would say so. So I went to George Mason University. I studied finance and civil engineering. Wasn't having too much fun in civil engineering, so I ended up going down the finance path. I jumped into mortgage sales early on. Did really well. Got promoted pretty quickly to running my own team. Had a top producing team in the country, and then I branched off and started my own mortgage bank. And that was very successful. I mean, we had, I think, like 25 staff at one point, and we were one of the top producing branches in the country. But it wasn't like I had gotten past the point where I was being fulfilled with what I was doing every day. And I had my first son. So maybe it was a little midlife crisis. But I didn't want to be the dad that was like working himself to death. I wanted to be the fun dad and just show him a good model of like what you should do in life. And I wanted to make sure that I was doing something I was really happy with. So that's when I decided to chase my dreams in esports. And it all started like back in the early 2000s. I went to MLG events to play Halo back in like 2006, MLG, Dallas, Chicago, and I just fell in love. But unfortunately, when I graduated college, the opportunity wasn't as good as it is now to get into esports. But luckily, it's grown since, and I'm here.
And if I may, working into esports clashed a little bit with, going very hard on the work, right? Like, you didn't want it to work too much, but I think esports is actually,
It's 24 hours.
yeah.
Especially,
You never
I
stop,
have
right?
I have teams in the East, Thailand.
Yeah.
I mean, I have games going on at all hours of the day. Luckily, I have like a human alarm in my house. I have 3 kids that are under 6. So I'm constantly being woke up in the middle of the night. And I'm just used to it at this point. It really doesn't affect me, but I get to wake up and watch League of Legends at 3 a.m.
Not bad.
while I try to put my baby back to sleep.
That's honestly such an incredible story, especially because a lot of people, once you do hit like a certain threshold of success, the fear of branching out somewhere else and starting over is probably going to take over. So that is an incredible story.
Crazy.
That is
It was definitely crazy.
try to beat it. What was your story?
It wasn't as fun though, but I've done my studies in like business management, so I would say you too.
Yeah.
So I would say pretty classic. And then I had to find an internship. So I was in my like school page of internships, and it was like a lot of things that I didn't want to do. because I had other internship in the past in different things, including financial controlling, which was very boring. So I feel you. And
yeah.
and at some point I was like, I want to do something fun. I would have wanted to work in sports at the beginning. And then I think, you know, when you look for something for so long and you're like page 49, then I was like, okay, page 50, and I stopped there. I can't anymore. So I go page 50, and then there is this offer from Team Vitality, actually, for an internship. And I'm like, okay, let's apply. So I applied. I was, I think, very lucky that the head of esports back then did the same school as I did. So she was like, oh, someone from my school, I'll talk to him. Did the interview, went very well. I entered the company, so I was her right hand for a year. Then I moved into like esports operations manager. And for 4 years and a half, I worked there, very esports focused, different roles in esports. And then I moved to Gen.G and Gentle Mates. I decided to quit Vitality, moved to Gen.G and Gentle Mates. I was head of Valorant for my first year. And then middle of the year, the CEO came to me and said, do you want to be the managing director? We need someone. And I think I was like, yeah, I think I'm ready. You know, I have the experience. I know the esports very well. I know the business very well. So let's do it. And we're a year and a half after. So I guess it was not a bad decision, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
It's not as cool as you, but you know, it's a different story. I think I was always at the right place at the right time. Obviously, worked my ass off, you know, otherwise I wouldn't be here.
Yeah,
but
that's what it takes. Once you get your foot in the door, just work your butt off, and you do well.
That's what you need in esports. Yeah, you need to be humble. You need to work hard. You need to be nice.
Yeah.
And then you need to be smart, I guess, because otherwise it's really hard to, you know. But yeah, esports has grown, and it's cool to see like there are more and more like professional people to come in. You know, it's not just friends anymore, and that's really nice to see. So yeah, just trying to make esports grow right now.
I feel like that's the mission of everybody at this point. Like, especially like when we're looking at EWC. I mean, we have all the individual competitions that are happening. We also have the club championships that are happening. Falcons, when it comes to these club championship, won it in 24, 25. They now won Street Fighter 6 on Saturday.
They're first already.
That's
yeah,
surprising.
they're first. Surprising. Yeah, actually, no.
It wasn't the Falcon that I expected.
No, absolutely correct. I think that everybody was pretty shook.
Yeah.
But I did hear like so everybody going in would have expected like the top dogs to win. But when everybody got here, apparently this guy, like he just looked incredible in like all the practice runs. Everybody said he was gonna win, like within a day or two.
Yeah, and he did.
Yeah.
He even knocked out his own teammate, which was really funny. Like,
it's cool. What it takes
it was
sometimes.
Falcons versus Falcons on the knockout match. He won, so that was pretty cool. But do you think that means that the club championships are sealed? Are we thinking Falcons is gonna take it?
I think it's never sealed, but it's obviously really hard. Like when you got an org that has so many rosters, 20 rosters outside of 20 out of 25 games, right? It's just really hard. And also they don't have like bad rosters. Like they're playing to win on every game, so it's obviously really hard. But I think Vitality still has a good chance because they're very well on points. And then VP is not that bad. Navi doesn't have many games left, so they're really well, but let's see.
Yeah.
So
AG even AG
has a good chance.
They have like
as
two
well.
guarantees with HOK and Crossfire where they're at least getting second place.
Yeah.
They should probably win at least one of those. And then they have some upside games like Fortnite and Trackmania where they have some really good names.
Fortnite, they have good names. So
really
they
good
might
names.
make it, but I would still expect Falcons to do it once again.
Falcons would have to mess up to lose, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
If you could pick any team, though, from all the teams that are here to win the club championship, you can say yourselves, it's all right, I don't judge.
Do we need to be realistic?
No, you can be like unrealistic, as crazy as you want.
I mean, obviously I would say Gen.G and Mates first, but I think it's a little bit unrealistic. So I would love to see another team just taking a throne, like, I don't know, maybe AG would be nice, or Team Vision, I think also is like coming out of nowhere, you know? So it would be fun just to see an outsider taking a throne.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
Vitality.
obviously us first, but aside from that, I mean, I root for anybody. Like, I think a Paris team would be cool.
Yeah,
so
Vitality.
you guys, Vitality.
T1, maybe.
We can just leave them out of the conversation.
T1 Paris coming.
Yeah, no, we're good on that one.
No, you don't want them to win EWC Club Championship.
Definitely not.
Is it
I
personal?
was sad that they got second in Warzone today.
It was our
We
spot.
should have landed.
It
on
was
them.
our spot. Yeah.
I should have rerouted.
You try to
We
help
took the
everybody
Falcons
else.
out. We should have gone after T1.
You tried to like help everybody else out.
Yeah,
And you just,
we
like,
did help everybody else
Yeah, you
out,
did
except
free
for us.
game. You did free game.
Yeah.
Happens. But
Yeah,
you know
does
what?
happen.
What matters is that you tried. And what matters is that you still have some rosters competing.
Yeah.
And you guys as well.
Yeah.
Being now a bit more realistic then, where would you expect each respective organization to end? So where do you think you guys would end, or at least how many points, and same for yourself? Do you think there's a win in there, like a title win as well?
I'll start.
Go.
Yeah, I think so. We have 400 points right now with 2 games. We have 2 more to come. I think I want us to grab more points than we did with the other 2 games. So I wish we could grab maybe between 800 and 1,000 points on top. So probably ending up between, I would say 1.2 and 1.6 would be very ideal. Yeah, which would probably secure us within the top 10. So that was the goal. I mean, that was our goal, kind of. We didn't write it on paper, but it was like the cool scenario, ending up in top 10. So if we can, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I think our original goal was like top 6 or 7 with like top 4 as like the high upside, which things would have had to go well. I think coming in, we were a little more optimistic because of unexpected good results from some of the younger players that we had signed. And luckily, we underproject pretty much everything when we're coming in here. That way we aren't like surprised by any negative results. So there's a lot of upside built in, and I think right now we're at 600 points, 500 from League, 100 from PUBG, and then we have Trackmania, a young player that has potential to reach anywhere from 1 to 8. From what I'm hearing, like the top end of that game, it can be a little bit RNG, but like I would say the top 16 in Trackmania are pretty established, and we'll have a really good shot at getting top 8. So it's a little bit of a toss-up with that. And then we have Tekken. We have a really good player. His name's Mogold. He was the world #1 last year. And he'll have some upside coming in. So there's some games that we're optimistic about that hopefully we can make up some points. In chess, we got 3rd or 4th place last year. So we'll see what happens.
That's a lot
You
of
have good
titles.
chances still.
Yeah.
I would say our goal now is like top 10 at the minimum.
Okay.
If we land at 7 and 8, that would be good. Because we did have some underperformances, but you know, if we can still hit our goal, that'd be pretty cool.
All right. Well, it's good to know that you guys are still aiming quite high rather than being like, oh, well,
Of course.
We haven't.
It's
we haven't
just
given
middle of
given
the
up
tournament.
yet.
yeah. Oh, I like that. Well,
Yeah.
3 more weeks left. Yeah.
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 It's going by quick.
Yes.
It
It went
is, it
very
actually
quick.
has.
Yes.
Summer's going by fast.
Yeah. Wow. I can't believe it. It's also like, I mean, it's just competition after competition, so many games happening at the same time. Do you guys watch any other games that are happening, or are you like currently, because of the competition, just focused on your own teams?
I mean, I watch most of them, I would say. Like I was diving into Overwatch a little bit today. I mean, we had an Overwatch team in the past. We didn't do too well last year, but our coach, he just won EWC again. You know, just unfortunately with somebody else.
Happens.
I love him though, Krusty, great guy. He's a legend of esports.
Yeah, for me, I watch not everything, but I try to watch a little bit. I think it's just very interesting to follow,
Yeah.
like all the teams, how they do, like are they crumbling under pressure, or are they assuming that statues of like favorite? It's just really cool. Like overall, the EWC competition is just very refreshing, you know. So I try to follow. Yeah,
All right. Well, it's
most
good
of the
to know.
games.
Yeah.
Good to know that you guys are both also fans of the wider games.
Yeah.
And just, it was lovely chatting to both of you. So thank you, Justin.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you,
me. Likewise.
Maso,
Pleasure.
as well, for
Thank you.
joining. It was a pleasure. That's it from us for this week. We'll be back again next week. Promise you that. So see you then.